decades, controversial encounters between law enforcement and members of urban communities have captured the nation's attention. With increased awareness, a call for widespread policy reform has been the mission for many cities. In an effort to drive collaboration, we are sitting down with Trenton youth and police officers so they can have an honest conversation about the state of their city and find the common ground needed to rebuild successful programs, along the way, maybe also regain each other's trust.
We're the capital of New Jersey, and this is just the place to be, I think.
Take a walk down Washington's Victory Trail and look across the river where the revolution was won. Go through some of the old houses and see some things that were built 100 years ago that are still standing. Steel mills, power plants, tire factories. It's a beautiful place. It's history, it's rich. It's got generations of people that have been here.
You can always knock on your neighbor's door and they'll answer to give you whatever seasoning you want.
I love the fact that we have people from all over the world. You have your Guatemalans, you have Dominican, Costa Rican, Puerto Rican, African American. You have people from all over the place.
We all know how to come together and have fun.
I love Trenton. Does it have these issues? Of course.
I never had a library, never had a study hall, never had all that stuff on TV. I just feel like kids should have things that they're promised.
We're put in a state of mind that we won't be nothing.
I feel as though the city needs to have more fun and the drama. Violent drama, killing drama.
It's kind of sad, seeing people the same color taking each other away from each other, and it's heartbreaking.
I look at my city of Trenton. I was born and raised here. I've lived here my entire life. I still love my city. I still see very positive things in the city, but I do feel like we need some change.
It's the capital city, and sometimes I think that looking around, that's forgotten.
Tell me a little bit about, what you think about this city.
Trenton, New Jersey, it's a good and loving city. It's just we're not promised as much as a lot of other surrounding cities.
I feel as though in Trenton, you don't have to get out. I would say a lot of opportunities that we just slide right past and we miss.
Because it's overshadowed by gun violence.
Absolutely. Hi, my name is Nani. The next phase of my life is to be a scientist in the state of New Jersey. I want to be an aquatic biologist. It's a huge goal for me.
How big of a problem do you think gun violence is in the city?
Growing up in Trenton, it's a scary feeling. At a young age, you get to see a lot of people dying, which is not exciting. Coming out of your house, sometimes you have to fear for your life. You don't know if you're going to make it back home. You're not sure if this is your last time walking out of your house. Hi, my name is Diamond. When I grow up, I want to be a parole officer, so I'll be going to school for criminal justice.
What is that like every day to you? What is that like every day walking around like that?
After a while, it turns normal. Now you're walking out of your house, you look both ways. At first, you're scared, but then it gets normal because this is your reality.
What is it like when you're walking down the street and you're in an area where there's violence or there's crime going on?
I start running.
Because he probably, he feel defenseless. He feel as though he can't defend himself on a present situation, so he run so he could go somewhere that's safe.
I don't really see shootings a lot because, I know, if I go outside, something's going to happen, so I just stay in the house. Hi, my name is Archie, and my favorite superhero is Flash because he's the fastest man in the world. When I grow up, I want to be in the NFL.
So you know a good number of people who have been impacted one way or another by gun violence. What do you think is causing it?
Miscommunications. It's around the world, though. It ain't just here. You feel me? It ain't just here.
Is it a small problem sometimes? Is it something as simple as a game, or?
Yeah, it be minor stuff, it be bets, you feel me? Gambling mainly.
And someone could lose their life over that.
Yeah, and girls getting shot too nowadays. Ain't no gender on no bullets, you feel me?
Do you ever think about what's the solution? Like what's gonna stop this?
There ain't no stopping it. It's gonna keep going.
I don't believe that I'm safe where I'm from and where I live. People who are supposed to protect us, they don't protect us. They judge us and they fight us and they battle us.
Police officer's job is to answer the call and fix it. And at times it's one of the most difficult things you can ever expect a human being to do, but it gets done on a daily basis.
I feel the job of a police officer is to protect and serve us. Do I feel as though they do that job? Some of them, yes, and some of them, no. I'm black, and I'm big, and I could be intimidating. And every time the cops jump out on me, they always either they hand is on their weapon or it's out. It's like if I make a little wrong move or something, like that could be my life right there. If the law is here to protect us, I shouldn't feel unsafe when they come. You get what I'm saying? Like if you're here to protect me, why do I feel unsafe when you come in to interact with me?
The role of the police department and myself as a police officer is to make sure that every call I go to, I provide everyone with the best information that I can to my knowledge. My name is Officer Pena. I chose to be a police officer as a B-plan career. I wanted to be a professional athlete at first. I was a baseball player and went all the way to college, did a few tryouts, and that didn't work out. I didn't graduate, but Trenton Police Department accepted me with open arms and gave me the chance to become who I am today, and I love it.
R13 dispatch. What's their exact location?
I come out here to do this job, and I love this job. You know, I work on knowing the law. I work on reading up on updates for Attorney General guidelines and departmental policies. And the biggest thing, you know, that I tell the younger officers that I've trained, knowing what you can and can't do and why you're doing it is one of the most important things, if not the most important thing about this job. My name is Michael Cipriano Jr. My favorite superhero is Batman. He's actually special because he has no special powers. He's a man who works for a living and decides to go out and do extraordinary things on his time off. He wasn't blessed with any special skills, and he just does it to make a difference in Gotham.
The police are supposed to make us feel safe, not scared. And I feel like they're not doing nothing to make us feel safe.
Some cops, like, they get you for one thing, and then it's like, oh, you always that person. Like, me, I got locked up before. I know the cops always look at me like I'm still that same person. You feel me? But I'm not. But it's hard to change that. They always gonna harass me, like they always gonna stop me and do all this. Even if I'm on a straight and narrow, like, I believe I changed. I mean, I know I changed. Hi, my name is Brishon. My mom's my favorite superhero because when things was down, she always was strong. I wanna be able to make enough money to where as though I could start helping the community.
You ever walked down the street and had a good experience with a police officer? No. How old are you?
13.
So you've had 13 years and you lived here in Trenton. And you haven't had a positive experience with a police officer?
I think people preconceive that we're looking for an issue to arise to a violent level. And there's been a broad brush painted on law enforcement that we are violent individuals.
It's difficult to work in the city sometimes because you have people that are against you, people that think that, you know, that we don't know what they're going through or that we don't understand. Hello, my name is Glenda Quijada. I'm a police officer for the Trenton Police Department, and my favorite superhero is my mother. She was born and raised in Guatemala. The lifehood that my mom had wasn't easy, but she did everything she could to come and give me a better life here. My mom was also a single mother. She raised me by herself, and she put me through private school. I went to Trenton Catholic Academy. She's just my superhero.
Is it easy to get in trouble in Trenton?
Yeah, when you black.
Why?
I could be walking down the street, a cop will look at me and I look at them. they want to jump out automatically. Let's say you walking down there, they look at you, they keep going. They look at me, oh, he up to something.
The lack of trust based on whatever experiences, sometimes it's not their own experiences, it's what, you know, their friends or their family may have experienced, and they actually take that on themselves. And then if they come in contact with somebody, a police officer, they already have those built-in, perceptions. I think the city needs to really try to have a different look at things.
From all sides, right?
All sides.
Awesome.
Because, we all play a part. My name is Cornell Huff. My favorite superhero is my mom. She always made the most out of where we had. And also, growing up as a kid, I used to watch Dragon Ball Z, so my favorite cartoon superhero-wise is like Goku and everything, but from a personal standpoint, it's my mother. Being on the other side of things, because I wasn't always a cop, I had a perception. So now, now that I'm a cop, I see the other side. With that being said, then we need to definitely have more people from the city becoming cops in the city. So if we're to change the city, then it needs to start within.
If you're a police officer here in Trenton, and you had the opportunity to make a difference, to do things differently, when you're walking down the street and protecting and serving, what would you do different?
Before I start assuming what happened, listen. Don't speak over them if they're arguing. Maybe call backup, separate, hear the two stories, and see what's happening around, and then react. Not just come and lock everybody up and make your job easier, because that's making their life harder and yours easier. Hello, my name is Richard. My favorite superhero is Batman, because his superpower isn't really a power, it's just his smartness. He works through it.
I will show more empathy towards the people like, if there was a crime taking place and they called me over, I would show more empathy to the situation. I wouldn't just use aggressive behavior. If I see someone and let's say they're drinking or doing drugs, instead of locking them up, I would try to seek help for them. Hi, my name is Zena. In the future, I would like to obtain my bachelor's degree in political science and then go to law school to be a lawyer. I want to either be a criminal justice lawyer or a human rights lawyer.
What's one misconception that you wish people in the community didn't have about, you all, about police officers?
They think that we don't care or like their lives don't matter to us, and it does. I know it definitely matters to me. I've cried seeing, people die in front of me. I've taken it home, but having to come back to work and straight face so that way I can get through and help the next set of people that need help the next day.
My name is Shaquana Lopez. I became a cop in the Trenton Police Department because of the legacy that was set before me. My grandfather was a Trenton police officer, as well as my aunt, who is a detective in the Trenton Police Department.
Do you think the job of a police officer is difficult?
It is difficult because you don't know who's going to spaz out on you any moment. I would give them credit. I would give them benefit of the doubt. But they signed up for this, They knew there's going to be danger involved.
The fear that I have the most, though, is every day, not more so worried about myself, is letting somebody else down, not being able to help somebody else's life or save somebody else's life or watching somebody else die in front of me. That's the biggest fear that I have on this job. So that's something that plays in my head every single day.
Do you think a lot of people would be surprised to hear that?
I think so. Because I think a lot of people think that we just come and put the uniform on and it's just another day in the life of being a police officer, and it's not. We're humans. We have feelings. We're able to sympathize and have empathy for people. We do. The last thing I want to see is anybody lose their life, and the last thing I want to see is anybody lose their freedom. Even though that my job requires to take some of that away, that's the last thing I want to see.
When you see a police officer and you're walking down the street, what is that feeling?
Honestly, I feel like I am privileged in some ways than a lot of black women and men. I feel like I salute you guys. You guys have it hard. There's a lot of people that my skin color, and there's a lot of people that have lighter skin colors that they try to relate to black people of how they are treated by cops, but it's not ideal. There's a lot of struggles that Black people go through with police, and if I'm walking down the street and a cop is passing me, I know he's not gonna stop me. He's less likely to stop me because I don't look like, quote unquote, up to no good.
We're not perfect, we're human beings. We try our best, and we mean well when we do our job. We mean well, and it's a very complex situation. You know, we're dealing with people in their worst moments. We're trying to get the guns off the streets. We're trying to, you know, address these issues that plague some of these areas of the city. And unfortunately, to be able to do that type of job, sometimes you have to take some people's freedom away. I wish I didn't have to take anyone's freedom away.
I wish that somehow the community would understand that we do care. And we're here for them. That's what we're here for.
Just like, you know, somebody you love and they're upset at you, and you're not going to stop trying to win their love back. You're not going to stop showing them that you care about them. You're not going to stop being there for them just because they're upset. You're going to keep showing it, and they keep pushing you away, but you just keep coming back and say, no, I'm here to stay, and I'm going to be here for you.
What do you want cops here in Trenton to know about you?
I want them to know that just because we're in the streets doesn't mean we're not going to school, we're working, we actually got something going on. Sometimes we're just walking around on our days off, and we want the same respect as them when they're off. When they're off, nobody treats them however they want because they're cops. So we want the same respect we give them.
They don't have to be afraid of me because of the color of my skin. They don't have to be afraid of me because I have a loud voice. They don't have to be afraid because, you know, I hang with people that, you know, they feel are targets. I would want them to know that I am in school, I get good grades. Pretty soon I'll be going to college to become one of them.
You know, a lot of us here, or 3 of us here, actually went to Trenton High. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I had the privilege of working a few of the basketball games that they had. And you know, every bucket that they make, I feel like I'm like legit rooting for my old school, you know? So I think, you know, they shouldn't feel as though we're there to police them, but they should know that we're there with them as well, like actually with them. I think using sports maybe as an avenue to kind of bridge the gap, I think that could be a good idea.
Like it really needs to be pushed. It really needs to be advertised because it's important that we have these people come out, have the community come out and meet with us. It's important.
So maybe broadcast just as much as some of these viral videos are broadcast and put out there to help bridge the gap because you guys are looking for a way to change that perception. Right.
As being a police officer, you know, I think it's our job to, you know, be within the community and touch the people, and also building a relationship with the people so that the laws and the people and the police can be, you know, somewhat trusted. It's something that I believe in. It's something that, you know, I see the potential in. I feel like it's my job to inspire the things that I actually see.
I know that when I'm working and I see a child playing soccer or basketball or anything, I try to get out and interact with them so that they can understand that we're also there for them as well. It's our job to make sure that we're the community leaders that people look to call when there's a problem. We're also the people that you want to call when you have questions about what's going on in the city, if there's events or anything. I see my role as a police officer to be a community leader.
I believe that we can make it a better place, and I believe that there's a lot of things that we can bring into the city so that way it can be better for not only us, but for the business owners that are here and for people that want to come and visit that have never even been here before.
This is an opportunity for you guys to sit literally face to face
people feel that, you know, if they can't take an L, then they have to resolve it another way.
Everybody wants to be cool. Their pride, their reputation, they value that over somebody's life.
It's attracting our youth. It's an adrenaline. It's maybe we'll get caught, maybe we won't get caught.
Who shot?
Cops sometimes come off intimidating.
Because we have a police uniform on, everybody thinks that we're just gonna pull our gun out and take somebody out. And that's not our job.
Y'all say we judge y'all, but why do y'all prejudge us?
You have your police officers that stereotype people. I'm not gonna disagree.
The security's calling scene. Somebody blocked that off down there. So we're gonna pull for Adam, 14 rounds.
If I was against you and I did the stuff that cops do, how would you feel?